It's day number 2 here at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio, and this morning it's open. Steel Vengence. I'm joined by these guys as well. Fans of theme park worldwide that I've bumped into. And yeah, you were here yesterday. You loved the park, didn't you? You had a great time.
Absolutely. So warm, full of coasters. 10 out of 10. Come on!
Oh yes, and yeah, this is going to be our first ever ride on Steel Vengence. This is the coaster what made me book this trip out here to Cedar Point. Obviously, I wanted to come here for the likes of Maverick and Top Thrill Dragster, Millennium Force, but this is the one that made me think, right, I'm getting on Skyscanner, I'm finding some good flights, and I'm coming out here to Cedar Point. So this is it. And this is like the running of the bulls, as they call it over here, from speaking to a lot of American enthusiasts yesterday, where everybody just legs it down to the coaster. I've actually come in through a different entrance today. I've come into the one next to Hotel Breakers, which is one of the on-site hotels here at Cedar Point, just so I didn't have to walk all the way down the sort of the main boulevard to get down to it, because the coaster is literally just over there. I'm so excited to get on it though. Are you looking forward to it?
Absolutely.
Here we go.
So excited.
And these guys are on to do some more parks, aren't you? You're going to Dollywood.
We're going to Dollywood, Six Flags over Georgia. We're also going to Kings Island this afternoon.
Kings Island, oh my God, I'm so jealous. But hopefully next year. Hey! Here we go, this is it. Taylor, everybody. Here we go. I love it. But Taylor again, oh, what a great atmosphere, and it's been wonderful bumping into so many different people over here today. I know I said it in yesterday's vlog, but I was really surprised at how many staff and other people in the park actually watch theme park worldwide. So hi out there to all of you. And yeah, you're about to see my first reaction to Steel Vengence, the RMC Hyper Hybrid coaster here at Cedar Point. Let's go. Now, I have been on some incredible roller coasters all across the world, and as soon as Cedar Point announced that they were going to be turning their old wooden roller coaster, Mean Streak, into a Rocky Mountain Construction Hyper Hybrid coaster, I knew that I had to come out here and ride it. And oh boy, it was worth booking those flights and coming out here to come and ride this. What a special, incredible experience on that ride. You don't know what is going on. It is relentless from start to finish. Obviously, you come straight out of the station into them little camelbacks just before the lift hill, and then off you go, climbing up to 205 feet. As you're climbing up the lift hill, the views of the park and Lake Erie are fantastic. Looking over and seeing all the other big rides, Magnum XL, Millennium, Dragster, all in the distance as you're making your way up this lift hill. And then there you go, down the fantastic first drop. Amazing, one of the best first drops that ever I've seen on a coaster and there is out there in the world. It was stunning. After that, you make your way round through various different elements, but throughout that ride, there is nearly 30 seconds of airtime. 30 seconds is a ridiculous amount of time, and I thought when Cedar Point announced that sort of figure that they might be thinking, hang on a minute, they're sort of playing on that a bit to make it sound maybe a bit better than it actually is, but oh boy, they are not. That ride, I've never felt my bum lift up so much in a seat on a coaster. All the way round on that, you're up in your air, and all the way into the brakes at the end. And that's the best thing about it with this ride. It just doesn't stop. Honestly, you come to the brakes at the end and you're whacked up into that brake run, still at some speed. Bear in mind, it's a really long coaster. It goes through the mid-course brakes and it goes through there really fast, to be honest. Like, it doesn't slow it down too much at all. And you're off around that second section. 4 incredible inversions, and the ones near the end of the ride, you really don't know where them inversions are because of the actual structure and how it's designed. The different inversions are all sort of built into it. So you're coming around these corners, lots of airtime, all these drops, all the different side elements, and before you know it, you're into another inversion. Honestly, I've never been on a ride quite like it in the world. And after just one ride, I love it to bits. It's the best ride for me here at Cedar Point. It's Top's Maverick and Topfield Dragster. I love them both to bits, but this ride is something really special. And if you're a theme park enthusiast out there, if you just watch my videos because you want to come to some of these parks or think you're maybe not going to come out here, hence why you're watching it, honestly, you need to get them flights booked no matter what and come out here to Ohio and come and check out this coaster. It's a special ride and it's a special park. And being here for day 2 and seeing this whole park again has really made me realise how much I absolutely love this amusement park. I loved it yesterday, but walking around the landscaping of the park, and again with this area, you can tell where the newer rides are, that they've really thought about the area itself. This whole Wild West area is gorgeous, and I can't wait to walk around and go on the train and do more of the different rides around here. And it's the same with the likes of Valrave and all that area, Gatekeeper. It's like it's reinventing different areas of the park and making it look great. But yeah, there'll be more to come with my thoughts on Steel Vengence after I've had another ride on it. At the moment, they're advertising the queue out the front as 2 hours, but at least it is now running 2 trains. Obviously, after the light bump it had on opening weekend, it has been running 1 train, so the queues have been absolutely ridiculous for it. It's been like 5 or 6 hours sometimes, but luckily today we waited 45 minutes this morning. I didn't think I'd be saying that in a vlog, did you? 45 minutes for Steel Vengence, and that's because we got early access from 9 o'clock. Basically, if you've got a Platinum Pass or if you're staying in one of the hotels here at Cedar Point, which I am, it means you do get that early entry. I made my way, like I said earlier on, to the other entrance by Hotel Breakers, got straight in and came straight down here. And what do you call it over here? The Raging of the Bulls? Is that your little saying, is it? Where everybody just runs in? And
I'm standing here in Cedar Point, Ohio. I come actually from Northern California, and yes, as I've heard, in the morning when they open the gates, all of the general people coming into the park storm down to their favorite rides, and they dub it the running of the bulls.
Running of the bulls. I love that saying. I'm going to take that back home into the UK. But yeah, honestly, an incredible, relentless ride. I don't know how to feel. I still feel like I'm being pushed out of my seat now, and I've been off it a good few minutes now. And I just feel like I've just never come off a coaster and been that amazed with the amount of airtime. Honestly, like, you couldn't improve that experience anymore. Every element on that ride was just perfect, and it looks great as well. The only thing what would have made me rate it even better and made the experience even more enjoyable was maybe a few more tunnels around the ride, a bit more scenery, but this coaster, it doesn't need that. It's a stunning, relentless ride experience from start to end. It really is, and I'm quite emotional after watching this being built for a couple of years, watching RMC here. And you've got to bear in mind, we started seeing RMC doing the conversion before the park officially announced it as well. Like, RMC was sort of spotted here and work was taking place. I was following it on a lot of different American coaster channels, and to actually be standing here right now in Ohio at this coaster is one of the best moments I've ever had in 25 years of being alive. I'm really emotional, honestly. I can't thank everyone enough for helping me come here and see this amazing park and supporting the channel and allowing me to come out here to Cedar Point and share that with you guys. Honestly, I'm getting really emotional today, and I'm just so glad to be here. All these years, it's a bucket list park. This was a bucket list coaster, and honestly, it has been worth every single penny that it's cost me to come here to Cedar Point. The rain might be starting to come down a bit now, but to be honest, I'm glad after yesterday. I was absolutely sweating. It was roasting. Look at that, Steel Vengence. A world-class coaster here at Cedar Point, and the park's home till 10 o'clock tonight, so I'll definitely be able to get a night ride on this coaster. Even if I'm waiting 4 hours, I'll be in that queue at park close. And I'll see you later on, Steel Vengence. Wow. So Steel Vengence, what do you think to this incredible new coaster?
That was absolutely amazing. I'm having a long think about it, but that could be the best coaster on the planet. I feel like how I felt like when I came off El Toro for the first time. That is absolutely 10 out of 10, world class. Thank you, Cedar Point. Thank you, RMC.
Yeah, what a brilliant ride. Nicely summed up there, Steel Vengence. What a coaster. Go for it then. Let's hear your thoughts on Steel Vengence here at Cedar Point.
Oh, I fail at this point to say anything about it. This ride is crazy.
I've never known anything quite like it. Honestly, my eyes are watering from that. And I have my glasses on with the strap as well.
I mean, I'm sitting here giggling like a schoolgirl in front of this thing. I want to go on it again and again. I mean, I know it's going to get a long line, but it's worth it. If you haven't come here, come to Cedar Point. come if you have to ride anything, you need to ride Steel Vengeance. This thing,
you've heard it here first.
Unlike everything else. I have been on many good coasters. Iron Rattler in Texas, great ride. Was the best one I've ridden till right now. This thing, sitting here in front of me, the new and reborn Mean Streak, is just incredible.
What are your favourite elements on Steel Vengeance, would you say? Speechless, that's kind of how I feel.
I don't know, that drop is insane. The camelbacks are great. The outer banker, I've never been a huge fan of them, but this one is brilliant.
It's certainly one of the big highlights of the ride.
But everything, it's just all in one big package. There's no single way to single out anything from it. I don't know about you, but this is just, I want to go on it again and again. Every time I come here, I will ride this thing.
There you go, Steel Vengeance here at Cedar Point. What an incredible world-class coaster. I'm honoured to be here today. So lucky to be here and ride this incredible ride. As always, it's great to hear different people's thoughts and opinions on rides here at Cedar Point, and it's been great meeting up with all these different people. I can't thank everyone enough for the opportunity, and everyone that I've met over here has been so lovely. It really has been an emotional and amazing trip. One of the best trips I've ever done on theme park worldwide and in my life. But here I am in the Steel Vengeance shop now. I love merchandise. I didn't show any merch yesterday in the day one vlog. It was more focused on getting round, getting as much done as I can do. And yeah, here's a look at some of the merchandise for Steel Vengeance. I must say, this whole sort of frontier area of the park is amazing. I can't wait to have more of an explore. But yeah, look at this in here. You've got these little lanterns and of course the merchandise. So this is some of the female things over here. You've got different t-shirts there, hoodies. I noticed you got some different mugs down here as well. Oh, I love it, look at those. There's going to be a lot of money spent. The merchandise here is really good. Every ride has got different bits of merchandise. There's all sorts. And they even sell like the little Coaster Dynamics models. They've got like things what you can sew onto your clothes as well. But it's amazing. Like, I really love how they've thought about all that kind of stuff. Wanted t-shirts. It's great. I'm going to be spending a lot of money here. Hey, how are you? What an incredible ride.
Are you guys with like a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's called Theme Park Worldwide. What do you think of Steel Vengeance? You like it?
Awesome. It's like probably my favorite now.
It's an amazing coaster, isn't it? It's great to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's nice meeting everybody. It really is. All this different merchandise, hoodies, t-shirts. Like, there's so many different t-shirts. Look at the variety. Little beanie hats. Look at this. In this section alone, there's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different t-shirts. More than that. I love it. There's so much merch. That's a nice one. Tallest, fastest, wildest. I can't believe the amount of airtime. Honestly, my legs are hurting from the amount of airtime on that. But I'm not complaining. Wow. But I will be doing a separate video here from Cedar Point all about merchandise, so make sure you check that one out. It'll be coming on after the 3 vlogs. I'll be going around the different shops, looking at different merchandise. So if you guys do ever come here, you've kind of got a bit of a preview of what you might want to purchase from the different shops. But anyway, yesterday I got on a lot of the coasters here, but there's still quite a few rides that I need to do. So that's my plan now. Instead of going over and doing some of my other ones, what I did yesterday, I'm going to do some different rides here at Cedar Point and get the rest of these coaster credits. Let's go. How much character this has brought to the area. Woo! Huge band right here in the middle of Cedar Point. And I think these are like local, it's like a local group what have come in. I don't think they're like park staff or anything. I mean, there's quite a lot of them are kids there as well. But how amazing is that? They're all running off there now because the rain is coming down here, which has meant that quite a few of the rides have closed because of the rain. It really doesn't take much for them to close down attractions here at Cedar Point. Oh no, they weren't running off because of the rain. They were getting into a line. Here we go, get some more footage of them. Yeah, it really doesn't sort of take long for them to close a ride, even like the B&M coasters. It's strange though, because Valraven, the dive machine just here, that's closed at the moment because of the rain. But you got Rougarou, the Flawless, which is running just over there. How nice is this though? Lucky the rain is only forecast for the next hour or so. Here we go. I love it. It's great, isn't it? I love it.
It's awesome. I love this stuff.
How much character does it bring to the park?
variety to it.
So do I, and we were just discussing this in terms of coaster enthusiasts and theme park enthusiasts. Yes, we love coasters, but both of us really have discovered that we like the parks together, don't we? It's not just about the coasters. There's so much other things to it. There's walking around, entertainment, and things like that. I love it. It's really nice. Yeah, hopefully that rain's going to die off in the next hour, which will mean that we can get some more rides in. So it is still raining a little bit here at Cedar Point. Looks like it is dying off. By 12 o'clock it's supposed to have stopped raining, which is good. But we have just had a ride on Raptor, the 1994 B&M Invert. I did share my full thoughts on that yesterday, so make sure you check out the day one vlog. But whilst we're just waiting for them new, well, the coasters what I've not yet been on, we're going to have a go on to some other rides. And we've got Windseeker just here, 300-foot tall Mondial attraction. And you've not actually been on this before either, have you?
Oh, no, not yet.
So it's a new ride for both of us. So yeah, we're during the queue. It doesn't look too bad over there. Maybe one cycle. Wow. I think the views from here are going to be incredible. This is located right next to the beach. So we're going to get some fantastic views. It's a shame that I can't take you on board the attractions here at Cedar Point. They don't allow cameras on any attraction here at the park. Well, any of the coasters and things. I assume if the cable car opens and like the train ride and things, you can take photos, but everything else, it's a no-go. Hi. Here we go. Awesome. Right, we'll see when we come off and share our thoughts. Absolutely loved the Windseeker just there. Some amazing views across the whole of the park, the beach and around Lake Erie. That was beautiful. It's got to be one of my favourite flat rides out there. Not really because of the actual ride experience itself, but for just the views, what you could see from it. It was stunning. I mean, it didn't offer quite as many thrills as like a Starflyer because you've got like the chains. With that, with it being a Mondial ride, there's a bit more to it in terms of the seating design, the restraints. There's a bit more holding you in than on like a Starflyer. But the views were absolutely incredible. It's one of my favourite rides in the park, just for those views alone. Seeing all the coasters, the scenery around, I loved it to bits. A really nice addition. And what made it for me as well is the fact it played music whilst we were going round as well. So the ride before us had the ET soundtrack playing. We had another orchestral piece playing that I don't think was ET, but I really like that, the fact they thought about the experience on that ride, playing some music, and it really fits with it, like the observation of it all, sort of looking round and hearing that nice music. It really gives you a happy feeling inside, and you look out over the park and you just think, oh yeah, it's so nice to be up here looking over the whole of Cedar Point. But yeah, fantastic ride, that one. Next up, we're going on a gigantic bus frisbee, one of my favourite all-time flat rides, these, but I've never done one quite this size before, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to giving this a go. It's Maxxair, and I think we're going to be on the next cycle. Queues aren't that bad again here at Cedar Point.
See you later.
So I've just had a ride then on Maxxair, and it was enjoyable. Got a little bit of airtime when it swung up to the top, but it was more about the force as it passed back through the station area really on that one. I definitely prefer the intermin gyro swings, such as Loki over at Liseberg in Sweden, and Maelstrom, which is at Drayton Manor, just quite close to me in the UK. But obviously we were talking about this quite a bit yesterday, but there's quite a big difference really in terms of what you're into at these parks. Now there's some people who would come here and they would literally just go on the roller coasters coasters all day if you're a roller coaster enthusiast. However, as much as I love the roller coasters, I'm more of a theme park enthusiast, and I like to do all the other rides here as well. And so I've just done a couple of flat rides, and I'm now here on the Cedar Point train, which is going to take us for a really nice ride round the top end of the park. The main station for it's located just at the end of the midway. Whee! Millennium Force is quite quiet, probably about a 10-minute wait. Can't believe how short the lines are, it's brilliant. But yes, I've come for a ride on here, one of the older rides here at the park. Get some great views around the back here of Millennium Force. The first drop on it especially, hopefully it might come past. And also I believe it goes by Maverick as well, so we'll get some really nice shots of that from round this side. But yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? As much as I love going on the coasters, it's always nice to do the other rides and the experience attractions here. And especially when you come as far as I have, and I'm here for so many days, you've got to make the most of it and do all these things as well. I love these train rides, and there's not really a lot of detailing on the carriage on this one, like maybe on the Disneyland Railroad, but it's just a nice ride to sort of get around the views. And look at this here. Oh wow. The first drop there on Millennium. I love it. Fantastic views of Maverick from on the train. Wow, really nice to see it from round at this angle. Obviously you get quite a nice view of it from the other side, and especially on the exit stairs as well. But from here you get to see a lot more of the coaster. Absolutely loved riding Maverick for the first time yesterday. Here we are, we've got another station. So this one's closer to Maverick and also Steel Vengence.
Your butt is not on the seat.
Okay.
So like 30 seconds in the whole ride, your butt is not on the seat. Look at all these people, they're so lively. That is outstanding.
Oh wow, I really wasn't expecting all the scenes there on the second half. The first part was great to get some shots of the coasters, and on the second half you got some really nice Wild West scenes with like skeleton animatronics, there was gunshots, and there was even a building with all fire in the windows, a real fire effect on there. I absolutely loved that. I'll definitely be doing the train again, and I'll probably do like a full video really where I sort of take you around on the full experience of that one, because that was really nice. So make sure you stay tuned, because after the vlogs have all come online over the next few weeks, there will be a lot of off-ride videos from the different attractions, things what I can film on, like the train just there. I'll definitely put a separate video up from that, so stay tuned. Anyway, there's 3 more sort of major coasters what I need to do, and one of them is Iron Dragon. The rain has now gone away, the sun's coming back out, and it's really quite humid actually. This is a 1987 Arrow suspended coaster, and yeah, I've been looking forward to riding this one, because it's still got the original cars on it. Obviously we've got Vampire back at Chessington World of Adventures in the UK, and that still operates to this day, but it's not got the original cars on it. They used to be themed to bats, and this has, much like the one over at Six Flags Magic Mountain that I did a few years ago as well. So yeah, Iron Dragon's up next, and I'm looking forward to this one. Really nice garden areas around here, very picturesque. It looks great, so we'll see you when we come off, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Bye. Bye. Now that I started, it's fine. Bye. just come off Iron Dragon for the first time, and wow, that was fantastic for an old Arrow coaster. It just goes to show though, doesn't it, with these Arrow rides, that they do pack a punch, and that's definitely the best one of those that have actually done one of those suspended coasters from Arrow. Very enjoyable. 2 parts to it, 2 lift hills, come straight out the station, go down a nice drop. Then at the bottom of that, you get a bit of a tour round, some really good views of Rougarou, some really good banking there as well. And then you make your way round into the second lift hill of the second part of the ride. That's certainly the most intense section of the ride. But yeah, I really enjoyed that section, sort of with the helixes being swung out to the side, was fantastic. And what really made that for me was the fact that you were going through the trees as well. Kind of felt a bit like Vampire at Chessington back in the UK. Really, how you were sort of swinging through the trees, and yeah, it was a really nice smooth ride as well. Something that opened in the late 80s. It was really enjoyable. Honestly, these Arrow rides are brilliant, and that was another reason why I did want to come here to Cedar Point, because there's so many Arrow coasters, and I really appreciate what they did for the industry all them years ago. And I think it's really important that we sort of respect that and come and ride these classic Arrow coasters, because Vekoma took a lot from them really, and it's a shame that we saw the demise of that company. But yeah, fantastic to get on that. I really enjoyed it, and the Arrow theme is going to continue now, heading round to the Cedar Creek Mine Ride, and following from that, have a go on Gemini. That's my last major coaster to get, other than a couple of junior credits. So here it is, the entrance to the Cedar Creek Mine Ride. Short queue for this one as well. I like how these sort of old school time boards as well. They're not like automated screens. Just adds to that classic amusement park feel. I can't believe how short the lines have been on this trip. I've hardly had to wait for anything. Got loads of rides in. It's been fantastic, really nice. But yeah, this is old. This is Arrow coaster, and yeah, opened in 1969. Look at this, it's got a lot of character to it. Not really any theming around it just here. It's more like it's just been put on this field like a plot of land. But there's a look at the coaster. Look forward to getting on there and having a ride. Tell you what, for a 49-year-old roller coaster, that was actually really smooth. Following on the theme with these Arrows, especially at this park, they are smooth, enjoyable rides. And with that one, the layout's nothing special. I mean, you've only got to look at El Diablo Tren de la Mina, which is at Portaventura in Spain. That's not the most exhilarating layout. But you've got to remember, this is a really old ride, so it was good to ride it. Obviously, Tren de la Mina, that opened in 1995 at Port Ventura, so it's a newer version really. But yeah, I quite enjoyed that. A Cedar Creek mine ride. I like how it goes over the water. That was the same bit of lake just there that we went over when we was on the railway. So I really like that sort of interaction between the two rides. It's running two trains. We had a walk-on queue. There was hardly anybody in the station, and I must say it's great to be getting all these rides. I can't believe it. Like I said, just when we were just walking up the queue lines for it, I can't believe how quiet it is really. I mean, I was expecting to be waiting a couple of hours for the major rides here, and yeah, I'm really impressed really with how much I'm actually getting on this trip. It's only day number 2. I've already done numerous rides. I only got Gemini out of the big coasters to do now. So yeah, I'm having a fantastic time, really enjoying it. It's been great to meet these guys as well. It's fantastic. Here we are then in the queue line for Gemini. It's another walk-on queue by the looks of it. Really quiet, I'm loving it. But yeah, technically this is 2 creds in one. It's another Arrow coaster. We've got 2 different sizes. I believe both of them have got the same stats in terms of length and height and things. But yeah, 2 creds in one. Another Arrow coaster. This one, 1978. And this makes it the original hybrid coaster, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, really, it started everything, really. If anything.
I mean, look at this. Obviously, you've got the wooden support structure with the steel track sitting on it just there. But yeah, straight into the station and straight on yet again here at Cedar Point. No need for Fast Lane Plus at the moment. I like the look of this. I'm interested to see how it rides. I mean, you've done one of the sides, haven't you, already?
I've done the red side. I want to see, I'm curious to see how the blue side fares up against.
Yeah, yeah. So we're 2 creds in one, and let's go. Gemini. Just done both of the tracks on Gemini here at Cedar Point, and you know what, there's one word that really describes that coaster, and that is fun. It was a really enjoyable experience, one of my favourite Arrow coasters that I've ever been on. I really enjoyed both sides. I'll probably say that the blue train felt a little bit smoother, but yeah, I rode on the back on both sides, and yeah, it's a stunning ride. Out of all the Arrow coasters here at Cedar Point, I have to say that that is my favourite. I'd take that over Magnum XL 200. As much as I enjoyed that, there was so much more airtime on this. It was a real action-packed airtime adventure. And you know what I'm like if you've watched the channel for a while. And even if you're new to it and have just watched this vlog, you'll know that I do like airtime. And that's what really makes a coaster for me. But yeah, Gemini fits the bill perfectly. A real fun coaster. I like how you can sort of put your hand out and high-five everybody on the other side of the train. I like the near misses that are caused by the actual support structure itself. And again, for it being an old ride, very smooth, very enjoyable. And yeah, just overall, I can't stop looking at it. I think it's a real photogenic ride. Just when you see it just there behind me, I think it looks really nice and it fits in really well with like the landscape here at Cedar Point. And yeah, I know it's an older ride, but I'd be gutted if that ever went from the park, because I really liked that. A very enjoyable, fun coaster that is Gemini. And I'm not too sure if what sort of happens with the trains in terms of who wins. I think there is a trim break near the end before that final helix, before the brake run. I think maybe it sort of changes each time to sort of fix who wins, but I'm not too sure how that works. So comment down below. Like I say, I love these rides, but I don't always know the technical side to them, especially something like this. But I really liked it. Very enjoyable coaster, and I'll certainly be having some more rides on that during my trip here at Cedar Point. Cedar Point really does cater for absolutely everyone, from the world-class thrilling roller coasters through to the children's and family rides as well. And that brings me into the family area, Camp Snoopy, to come and get my final 2 coaster credits at this park. So firstly we've got Woodstock Express, which is a Vekoma Junior coaster just over there. And then on this side of the area, just down this side, we've got the Wilderness Run. That's a little Intamin junior coaster there as well. So I'll ride both of these, get the credits. I'm pretty sure adults can go on that one over there. Oh yeah, there's an adult towards the back of the train. That's all right then. I thought it was one of those credits, but we couldn't get them because of the fact that you can't ride if you're an adult. But I'm all right. So yeah, I'm going to get these last 2. I'll talk a little bit about them, and then I've done every coaster here at Cedar Point. Just been on the 2 junior roller coasters over in Camp Snoopy, and you know what that means? I have now completed every single roller coaster, all 17 here at Cedar Point in Ohio. And wow, what an adventure it's been doing them rides for the first time. I have really enjoyed having them first rides on coasters and also sharing it with various different people that I've met up with as well. It has been wonderful, it really has. But just because I've done the coasters doesn't mean that's the end of the trip here to Cedar Point. Like I say, there's so much more here. There's water rides that I need to do, I've not done any yet. There's lots of different flat rides and quite a few other bits of the park that I really want to go around and explore as well. And I'm going to be doing that over the course of the rest of this vlog and in a video tomorrow where I'm going to go around, probably see a couple of the shows here as well, because especially here in like the Wild West area, there's some stage shows that I really want to see. Looks like there's some sort of saloon show, which looks right up my street. I love all that kind of stuff. Like I said earlier on and in yesterday's vlog, I am more of a theme park enthusiast than I am just a roller coaster enthusiast. I like to do the coasters, of course, and I love them. That's the reason I've come here. But it's to see everything else as well. It's the package of a theme park that I really like to enjoy. But yeah, 17 different roller coasters that I've added to my count, which has been incredible. But let the journey continue. I've met up with some fantastic people over the past couple of days as well, and I'm sure I'll still meet up with some people later today and also tomorrow as well. There's a big hi out there to everyone that I've visited the park, met me, who have been on rides with for the first time. It really has been wonderful. But what better place to go to sort of celebrate that milestone of doing all the coasters here at Cedar Point than going inside this building just behind me here. Now this is the museum here in the Wild West area, and I believe this is where we get to see a lot of the history of Cedar Point. And if I believe so, in this area there's something quite special that I want to show you guys. I saw it over on social media being shared a while ago, and I think it's inside here, so yeah, let's go and have a look. So here I am inside the museum. I didn't realise quite how big it was actually going to be in here. Lots of different things to look around and see. And yeah, you've got all blueprints on the walls. There's different models of some of the coasters. Oh, it's like our paradise for enthusiasts. I really wish that our parks back in the UK did this sort of thing, especially Alton Towers, that has got so much history. But yeah, let's have a little stroll around. Oh wow, look at this. Yeah, all like the blueprints for different buildings. The Pavillion, one of the most famous buildings here at Cedar Point, the Grand Pavillion, built in 1888. All the different plans for that. Oh wow, look at this. I love the fact they're celebrating their history, and with it being such an old amusement park, that is great.
Like everything we're doing right now.
Oh wow, now if you've watched Theme Park Worldwide for a while, you'll know that I love my locomotives. And yeah, look at some of these. We've got some large locos at the back, some small ones down here at the front. And yeah, look at that. I didn't realise how much stuff there was actually going to be inside this museum. I love this kind of stuff, and I've never actually seen any photos or video of this. I knew it was here because I've heard people mention it, and people have commented on the videos saying, Sean, don't miss the museum. But yeah, it's fantastic. You even got a ride vehicle there from Gemini. All different trophies and plates. Honestly, there's so much to do in here. In fact, I will probably do, well, I will definitely do a separate video in here, sort of walking around and talking about it in more detail, because I didn't realise quite how much there was going to see. So this is like a little preview of what's in here, and yeah, I'll do another separate walk around video from this as well. But what I will show you though is something quite special in here. Obviously we've got all these different models of the coasters down here that we'll have a look at, but in the background, and you'll see it as soon as I turn this camera around, have a little look at the new model that has appeared quite recently, just over at the back, just there. There she is, Steel Vengence. So here's a look at the model for Mean Streak just here. Obviously I thought I'll show you that first before we look at Steel Vengence, just so you can see the difference in the structure and how obviously during the conversion done for this year they've had to completely extend the lift hill. It's a lot steeper and a lot taller now than it was just there for Mean Streak. Blue Streak just here in this cabinet. Like I said yesterday, really good coaster this one. Kind of feels a bit like some of the newer GCIs that are built, like Height of the Ride at Plopsaland over in Belgium, or the version White Lightning, which is a hybrid over at Fun Spot in Orlando, Florida. And yeah, it kind of got them sort of elements with the little bunny hills, and these models are really cool. Must take a lot of time to build. And yeah, here it is, being built at the moment, the model of Steel Vengence. Look at that. Wow, still in process at the moment, pardon our dust. You can see a few more pieces down there. Obviously all this section's got to be done. All the station area. Wow, that is incredible. I like here as well. I've even got like a little truck like they're working on the ride. Needs like some little cranes or something. But yeah, look at that, wow. That is amazing. The amount of details on that, and even like how the table's got Steel Vengence on it as well. But yeah, like I say, I will do a separate video inside here where I'll sort of take you around this in a bit more detail. And yeah, stay tuned for that here on the channel in the future. Love it. I really like how a park celebrates its history, and here at Cedar Point, they really are proud of it. And just like magic, I've been shrunk down, and here I am standing on the table next to that incredible model of Steel Vengence. What an I'm joking, of course, but I did walk over there from the museum, which I loved, and I thought I'm going to go and see Steel Vengence in the flesh. It's just gone 5 o'clock, and yeah, it's been quite a long time since I was here this morning, so I thought I'm going to come over, see what the queue's like, thinking it might be at least, I don't know, a couple of hours maybe. I love it. Close to 3 hours maybe, but no. It's got a 40-minute queue. I can't believe it. Now on the board, they haven't even got a sign to say 40 minutes. It just says like 1 hour. That's the minimum one they've got. I can't believe it. It's running on 2 trains, and it's got, I was waiting 40 minutes for it. I can't believe it, that much so. I'm gonna go back round and have a third go in a moment. But wow, that ride just got even better on that run. Honestly, this is one of the best roller coaster experiences out there in the world. And I know that I've not done every operating coaster in the world, nowhere near, but has anybody really? However, this ride, I believe, is one of the most incredible experiences there's got to be operating anywhere on the planet right now. And if you do one thing in the next few years, book a flight and come out here to Cedar Point. Yes, all the other coasters are amazing and world-class experiences, but there's something really special about Steel Vengence. If you like airtime, you like your inversions, you like your thrills, this coaster has got it all. And just standing here looking at it, it is gorgeous. I can't believe just how quiet it actually is around this area. I thought it would be full of people, but it's really not. The coaster 40 minutes, and it looks like now it's even less than what it was when I joined the queue. But yeah, it's an incredible ride, and honestly for me, some of my favourite elements now, obviously I love the final couple of inversions because they're built into the structure, but for me there's something about this element just up here. It's like an outward airtime hill. I've never seen anything quite like it. I really haven't. So obviously it makes its way over that airtime hill round there, dips down there around a drop, and look at that. Tilts you onto the side. Honestly, I've never known an element quite like it on a coaster. And I've also, whilst I was in the queue line, I was just watching it, and it shakes quite a bit. It's still got that traditional wooden coaster feel. I love to see everyone's reaction. It is fantastic just to see everybody here enjoying this new ride. But yeah, it does have a bit of a shake to it, like that classic traditional wooden coaster that a lot of people like. And there's a lot of people out there that haven't done RMC coasters, and a lot of people that don't really have any desire to come and do them because they prefer the traditional wooden coasters. That's all well and good, and I love a good traditional wooden coaster too, especially heritage rides, but you really need to get out here and experience this, or a RMC coaster. Obviously the closest one to us in the UK is Wildfire at Culmarden. There's going to be one opening next year at Wallaby Holland, so there's plenty of opportunity to get on one. But yeah, honestly, they are incredible rides. There's something very different, and the trains on this feel different as well. I believe they are slightly different models because the restraints don't sort of hold you in quite as much. They really whack you out the seat a lot more, these elements. Obviously, yes, it's got more airtime and all the airtime hills, more airtime than any other coaster in the world. For God's sake. But yeah, like, I can't believe sort of how comfortable the trains are, even compared to Wildfire, to be honest. Like, they look similar, but they just feel very different. And also here on the staff aren't really pushing down on them too much. It's more like pull up and check the seatbelt, because it's got a seatbelt and that lap bar. But yeah, the leg restraint, because obviously it sort of goes around just above your knee, really, or below your knee, depending on how tall you are, doesn't it, really? But yeah, that doesn't really affect the ride too much, whereas on Wildfire and Twisted Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain, for me it kind of detracted from the experience. But I love this coaster. It's a #1 coaster, along with Shambhala, Helix, Taron, Wildfire. I love them all to bits, but this is definitely the most intense, but still enjoyable intense roller coaster I've ever done. If you love airtime, get yourself here to Cedar Point and ride Steel Vengence. But yes, with it being so quiet, I'm getting straight back round there and getting in that queue line for another ride here on the incredible Steel Vengence. What an amazing, epic experience it really is. Just a little tip for you. Obviously, I mentioned yesterday about the locker situation. A lot of the rides here don't allow you to take bags into the queue line. You can take your phone and glasses and things, but obviously you can either get a glasses strap, like what I've got, or if you want to, you can put your phone and things inside your pocket on the ride, but obviously you want to make sure they're secure. But yeah, a lot of the rides you can't take a bag in the queue line. Steel Vengence is one of those. It's $2 for 2 hours to hire a locker, or for $8 you can actually get a pass, which means that you can transfer your bag to various different lockers around the park. I don't agree with the fact that you have to pay for lockers, especially they're forcing you basically to use them. You've not got an option unless you're going to leave them with a non-rider. I love the train. That was great earlier on. But yeah, unless you've got a non-rider here with you on your day out, which is normally unlikely. God, how many times do you want to toot that train? I love it. But yeah, you've got to pay for the lockers. So it's one of those, isn't it, really? I don't really agree with it, but you're here, you only live once, you just got to pay for it, haven't you? So I've got one of the $8 ones where you can transfer it across the park. But I'm going for another go. I'll see you a little bit later. And with the park being open for another 5 hours until 10 PM this evening, I'll be able to get some night rides, hopefully on Steel Vengence. I'd like to do Millennium Force in the dark. And of course, the wonderful and intense Top Thrill Dragster as well. So we just had another awesome ride on Maverick. Only had to wait about 25 minutes for it as well. Fantastic operations. The trains constantly leaving the station and going around the circuit. And yeah, this one's for Charlotte now. So I'm on my way down for another ride on Millennium Force, especially in this heat today. The good thing about Millennium Force, with it being over 90 miles an hour, you get a real nice breeze, and it's a good way to cool off. And yeah, tomorrow I'll do the water rides here at Cedar Point as well, so see what those are like. There's a rapids and a flume ride as well. But yeah, this one now is for Charlotte. I'm in the barnyard area, and yeah, we've got lots of different animals here. Look at this. We've got some donkeys over there. And I think there's going to be some goats around here as well. Charlotte's favourite. Welcome to Goat Park Worldwide. We love our goats here on the channel. We are. There we are, the play yard. Let's have a look in there. It still amazes me though. You've got like this little farmyard area just here, and then one of the massive roller coasters just behind it. It's crazy, it really is. Let's have a look inside here. Here we are. Charlotte, I love this. It's not like, oh my God, look at that turkey. Hello. Oh. Hello. Charlotte, I love this. You can actually get in here with them. You can't do that at Drayton Manor. You can at a few places though back home. Oh, look at this little baby one. Hello. You gonna say hello to the viewers? Goat Park Worldwide. I think that's a no. Hello there. Go on then, so what do you think to Steel Vengence? Best ride in the park. What was that? Best roller coaster in the park, if not the world. There you go, he's got some good thoughts. Thanks for that. God, I love Steel Vengence. Nubian goats, God, they're huge. Hello. What's that? You prefer Maverick? Oh, don't tell him that. Oh, trying to escape. What's he doing? He wants all the limelight in this vlog. Oh no, he's trying to eat. Getting a straw down there. Charlotte would love it round here. Like, she loves her animals. This is like a perfect little area. Got even more over here. What, we got some alpacas. In the background, we got some camels. Last time I saw a camel, well, at Westminster Safari Park, but last time I got this close to a camel was over in Dubai with Harry, where we actually had a ride on a camel. Samson is cool. Hope he's not going to spit at me. Hello. Look at that, a camel right in front of a 310 foot tall Intamin Giga Coaster. I love it. Come on, Samson. Samson. He's going over there. Yeah, this is a really nice area. It just shows that, yes, there's a lot of massive coasters here. Some of the best in the world, but there's a lot here for the kids and families alike. Hello there. What's that? Millennium Force? That's your favourite ride here? Oh, okay then. So I've just come off my ride on Millennium Force. Only waited about 25 minutes for a front row. Not too bad at all. The queue line is pretty much empty up there. It's about a 10-minute wait for any other row. And yeah, so I've just come off Millennium Force. I did a front row, and now yesterday I rode this coaster for the first time. And don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it, but I didn't think that it was worth the hype, what a lot of people give it. But after doing that ride and having a front row on that coaster, oh boy, I can now see why a lot of people would rate it as the best steel coaster in the world. That was incredible on the front row, and I nearly greyed out on there. My vision went so blurry, not on the first drop, but literally as soon as you come out of that first drop and you go into that large overbank, oh my God. Going about 90 miles an hour around that, yeah, I did start to grey out, and that was something what I've never felt on a coaster before. I did it a little bit yesterday, but on that just, oh my God, it was incredible. I loved it on the front row. So yeah, I'd say that Millennium Force is up there now in my favourites here at Cedar Point. And yeah, what an incredible ride. Still not looked, what's that? Yeah, of course, yeah. Hey, you're on Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube. Hey, you having a good time?
Yeah.
What's your favourite coaster?
Millennium Force.
Oh, there you go. I've just done a front row and I loved it. So, there we are. See you later. But yeah, honestly, after doing it on the front row, it's up there now, along with my favourites. Not quite as much airtime as I was expecting before I first came here to ride it, but there was certainly more airtime on the front row as it pushes you over them hills, especially the ones in the middle of the ride, and that ejector hill, the speed hill towards the end of it. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. World class on the front row. So if you do come here, if you're just here for a day or a couple of days, and maybe you queue up a long time for it, definitely aim for the front row. Wait that little bit extra, because it's worth it. I can see now why it's so highly regarded. And yeah, voted the best steel coaster in the Golden Ticket Awards. Cedar Point has been voted the best theme park in the world, well, best amusement park in the world for a number of years. Up until a few years ago, where Europa Park in Germany, one of my favourite parks, actually won the award. But it's tough competition, isn't it? I love these parks. I definitely don't want to be comparing them. I love here. It's definitely the best amusement park I've been to, whereas Europa Park in Tokyo, Disney Sea. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I love it. Good to see you. But obviously Europa Park, Tokyo Disney Sea, they are my top actual theme parks. This for amusement parks I love. And in the UK, Blackpool Pleasure Beach. But yeah, you've got to enjoy each one, each ride for what it is at these parks. And now I've done so much. Over the past couple of years, I've been to so many places now across the States, Dubai, China, Hong Kong, Tokyo. It's been amazing. But you've really got to appreciate each and everything for what it is. I am absolutely baking, I'm sweating, so I'm going to cool off for a little bit. And yeah, I'm still going to do some more new rides this evening here at Cedar Point, and some night rides as well. I can't wait. Old really does meet new here at Cedar Point, and that's one of the many reasons I've fallen in love with this amusement park over the past couple of days. A B&M dive machine and a classic cable car just in front of it here, the Sky Ride. And that's going to be my next attraction. Let's go. Love my transportation rides at theme parks, whether it's monorails, trains, or sky ride attractions. Look at this, the views are incredible. That much so I loved it. I came this way and then I'm going back on it as well. So this runs right down the midway just here. And obviously it's a great way of saving your legs from walking a bit too far. It takes you all the way down here, and then obviously you can connect onto the train from the end of here if you want to. Wow, the views of Raptor are incredible. Oh, I love it. Valraven there, obviously on this side. Some beautiful views over to the beach, Lake Erie. The Ferris wheel, I'll have to do that at some point, probably tomorrow. Wicked Twister, and of course looking back there on the gorgeous Gatekeeper. Hello! Wow. I'm assuming that's some sort of big water tower over there, and Hotel Breaker's just next to it. That hotel is over 100 years old. Obviously it's had a lot of modernisation over the years, but I'll have to have a look in at some point. Next time I come, I'd really like to stay in Hotel Breakers. Blue Streak over there. Wow, what a stunning park. Gorgeous from up here. And the sun starts to set here at Cedar Point on day number 2 of my trip. And I'm having an amazing time.
Mr. Grammy, congratulations. Pick one project prize from the band.
So the sun's going down here at Cedar Point, and to be honest, I'm really thankful of it. I am absolutely baking. I've really caught the sun. I think tomorrow I'm going to have to put a lot more sun lotion on. I'm going to come back to the UK in a few days. I'm going to be red, look at me. But yeah, what an amazing time I'm having. I can't believe how quiet it is. The fact the park, well, it's a Friday today, the park is open until 10 PM this evening. It's just gone 7 o'clock. There's still 3 hours of ride time left, and I can't believe it. I've just had 2 rides on Magnum XL 200, really nice in the sunset over Lake Erie. A little bit rougher at this time of day, but the air time certainly makes up for it. I had another ride on Top Thrill Dragster because it was broke down, as always, and then I went to the entrance, looked like it was about to open because they were testing it. opened, so I got straight on it, literally 5 minutes of waiting, and then I came off it, 2 trains sent, the train I was on, and then 1 more, and yeah, that was it. It's now gone down, and the staff are saying that they don't think it's going to reopen for the rest of the day, which is a shame, because I was hoping to get a night ride on it tonight, but luckily, still got 3 more days to get plenty of rides, and of course I'll be filming another vlog tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some of the other bits other than just the coasters tomorrow. A lot of channels have been here, a lot of people have been here and filmed videos, and they've just focused them 100% on the coasters. I'm a theme park enthusiast, like I say, and I want to make sure that I show everything else here and not just those coasters that a lot of channels and a lot of people show. I want to show the whole experience here, and I'm going to watch a couple of the shows and all that kind of stuff, because to be honest, yes, there's videos out there of it, but when you see Cedar Point, you just assume about you see the 17 different coasters, you assume that that's not all that's there, but that's the focus, and it obviously is, but there's a lot of other stuff here as well, and I'm certainly going to share that in the vlog from tomorrow. But yeah, I'm loving it here, having a great time. I've not needed to pay for any fast passes because it's just been dead. I can't believe it. The coasters are running 2 trains now because it's that quiet. Magnum XL, and there was about 12 of us on the train. Dragster was a full train, but even when the queue stayed open for about 10 minutes, hardly anybody was joining it. The pathways are quite quiet, so hopefully I'll be able to do Millennium Force in the dark tonight, Steel Vengeance, and I'd like to maybe do Valraven as well, but if not, I'll do that tomorrow. But so I'm going to have a little stroll around, do a few more re-rides, and I'll see you in a little bit later when it gets dark. You guys back home are not going to believe this. So I've got Traders here, and look at this on his arm. He has got a Smiler tattoo on his arm. How crazy is that? What made you want to get that on your arm?
That's just one of my top bucket list coasters.
And you've never been on the Smiler?
Nope.
But you've got that tattoo. That's amazing.
I loved how it looked.
That is fantastic. What else have you got there on your arm? So you got a Dragster, obviously.
I got the Texas Giant. And then up here, I got Twisted Colossus with Deadpool and Spider-Man.
That is absolutely fantastic. One day you need to come to Alton Towers and let me know when you come over, because I want to ride the Smiler with you, having that tattoo. I'm not even that big a fan of the Smiler, but I'd love to ride it with you because you're so dedicated to the brand. But great to meet you. And
too, man.
What's your favourite coaster here then? I take it it's Dragster, is it?
No, actually Steel Vengeance now.
That's topped it. Steel Vengeance. Yeah, you got your t-shirt on there. I love it. Well, it's your Steel Vengeance as well.
Yeah.
But
you get the little Steel Vengeance.
oh, there you go. You got your little bits of merchandise. Awesome. Great to meet you guys.
Great to meet you,
I love that. Smiler, it's brilliant. Point really does look even more beautiful when the sun goes down. In about 25 minutes I've managed to ride on Rougarou, Raptor and also Valraven as well, and I'm making my way down now to Millennium Force. After that I'm hopefully going to get in the queue for Steel Vengeance. It's a bit like the Merlin parks back in the UK. As long as you're in the queue for the advertised close time, then you will get on that ride. Obviously there's quite a few parks out there that might close the queue lines early. You know, so obviously if it's got a 20-minute queue, they might close it 20 minutes before wait time. That's not the case here at Cedar Point. Loving the lighting around. Raptor has got like a green strip. Rougarou's got all the mist around it. Valraven and Raptor as well have got like some flashing strobe lights. I love it, and I love the lift hill on Millennium Force. Look at that, it looks great. All like multicoloured on that one. Colour changing actually as well. But here we go, I'm going to get a ride on Millennium Force. It's semi-dark, I mean, it's not quite pitch black. Hopefully I'll get one of those whilst I'm out here this trip. So I've got 2 more 10 o'clock closes to get plenty of rides. But yeah, I'll see you after this, making my way down to Steel Vengeance. And I'll talk about my semi-night ride on Millennium Force.
The other one's Josh.
Oh wow, that was one awesome ride on Millennium Force in the dark, and look at all the lighting around here. The park looks gorgeous from up there. Honestly, you need to come here and ride these coasters at night. It's great in the daytime, but at night all the lighting all the way around is amazing. My voice is starting to go for the first time this trip. I am struggling, but it's been a long day today. What, a 13-hour park day, because I was in the park at 9 this morning, and obviously it's a 10 o'clock ride close, so yeah, it is a long one. And by the time I've left, obviously Steel Vengence is probably going to have, what, at least probably 45 minutes queue, so it's going to be gone 11 o'clock really by the time I'm out of this park tonight. But yeah, stunning ride on Millennium Force. It's certainly a night coaster. On the last tunnel, just before that ejector hill, because the on-ride photo camera is there, when the flash goes off, it means you can't see anything by the time you go over that ejector hill, because you've been blinded by the flash. So I really liked that, that added to it. And just genuinely the views from it were absolutely stunning. There's literally 10 minutes to go until park close. I'm making my way right down to the bottom of the peninsula just here to go and join the queue for Steel Vengence, last ride of the day. And then I'll be back in the park tomorrow with a third and final full vlog here from Cedar Point. But as I've mentioned many times, it won't be the last video from here, because I'm going to do various other separate videos and also lots of off-ride footage as well. Wow, look at the park, it looks amazing at night, all the coloured lights everywhere. Can't wait to see Frontier Town. I really don't know how to start this clip. Out of all the years I've been riding roller coasters, that was the one. That ride in the dark on Steel Vengence. What can I say? That is the best ride I have ever had on a roller coaster in my life. I'm 25 years old. I've been riding coasters for what, over 15 years. And that is the best ride I've ever had in my life here at Cedar Point tonight. And I enjoyed that ride with lots of American coaster enthusiasts, and I was sat next to someone who was lovely, and it was great to chat with them throughout the queue line, which was a bit longer than what I was expecting. We waited about an hour and 15 minutes for Steel Vengence, but it was worth every single second. That one ride alone was worth all the money it's cost me to come over here, all the effort of traveling here, connecting flights, trains, hotels, Ubers. It was worth it for that one ride alone. Honestly, I feel really emotional, and this song's quite ironic really, because obviously it leaves me breathless. That is how I feel after today. That ride on Steel Vengence was unlike anything I've ever done before. In the dark, that was amazing. The coaster is lit up beautifully. This is a raptor, this park. This coaster's still running tonight for the Coaster Mania event. It's 11:30 at night now. I've been in this park since, well, 8:45 this morning I arrived. So it's been a long day, and same again tomorrow. But yeah, honestly, it's been unlike anything I've ever experienced. If you're a coaster enthusiast and you're sitting there watching this video now, don't even hesitate booking flights to come out here and do it. You need to come here. Honestly, like, I feel so made up to be here, and it's just it's the mecca of theme park enthusiasts. This is the place to come, and once you've done Cedar Point, then I look forward to seeing what else there is out there in the world. But in terms of coasters and amount of coasters and the way this park is presented, I don't think there'll be anything that can beat it, and I really think it is one of the most beautiful amusement parks in the whole wide world. I love Tokyo Disney Sea, I love Europa Park, and I love Cedar Point. Them three parks for me are the top parks in the world, and it's left me breathless. That ride on Steel Vengence, I could talk about it all night. It was amazing. I'm not going to talk about it all night, but I could do. It was epic, amazing. The words just don't describe it. I can't get my words out. I'm tired. It's been a long day, but that ride was absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, I'll talk more about it in my final vlog tomorrow here from this trip. But like I say, I've mentioned it a lot. There'll be lots of other videos coming on the channel, lots of off-ride videos. I'm going to do like a merchandise video, a special one sort of going around and looking in the museum, and lots of other things as well to look forward to. But wow. I can't believe this ride's still running tonight. Coaster Mania. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a ticket for this event. To be honest, I didn't even realise that it was running whilst I was here. But yeah, basically they do like a big coaster event where rides are open in the morning. People have been here since 6:30 this morning riding coasters, and they're still here till midnight. It is crazy. I'm going to go back to the hotel. I'm going to get some sleep, and I will never ever forget that ride on Steel Vengence. The best roller coaster experience I've ever had, and you guys have got to see that reaction as soon as I've come off. It has been wonderful. I'll see you tomorrow for another day here at Cedar Point. Thank you very much for joining me on this epic adventure to what really is America's roller coaster. The thrill capital of the world, this place. Honestly, I love it to bits. It really is an amazing part to visit. I was amazed when I went to Six Flags Magic Mountain for the first time. This place is so much better than Magic Mountain. The atmosphere here is great. The staff are brilliant. The operations have been very good. There's been a few breakdowns, but when rides have been working fine and up, then they've been getting the throughputs great. But it's just like the landscaping of the park. It's got parts of like a Europa feel to it. And yeah, it's been wonderful. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to stop rambling on, and I'll see you tomorrow for day number 3 and the 3rd vlog. Thanks for watching, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you tomorrow, guys.